Hi guys, it's Emmarie! And in today's video, I have 8 tips about how to grow your hair out faster. Now, about 8 or 9 months ago, I did a video on things I wish I would have known when I was growing out my hair. This is a little bit different information. I'm going to be going over a couple things I talked about in that video just to emphasize how important those are, but for the most part, we're going to be talking about different things. Before we get on to the video, don't forget to subscribe if you have not, and ring the bell so you can get notified of any future videos like this one. And without further ado, let's get into it. Just to let you know, I'm going to be listing all of the products that I talk about in the description box if you're interested. Tip number 1, I just want to get out of the way because I've talked about it so many different times, but I want to make sure you're understanding this if this is the first time you're seeing me. The less you wash your hair, the faster it's going to grow. Plain and simple. If you're not going to do anything else in this video, wash your hair less because your hair needs the oils for it to grow, and if you're stripping away the oils every single day, it's gonna have a harder time. It's not gonna be impossible to grow out your hair, but it's gonna have a harder time. It needs those oils to get healthier and stronger and all those things, and so if you're completely stripping them away every time, it's not going to do you good. So I wash my hair once to twice a week. Lately it's just been once because I've been so busy, but every 3 days is fine. And you're going to need to build up to it. Something that helps a ton is dry shampoo. These are my 2 favorite ones from the drugstore. This is the Garnier Fructis Pure Clean Dry Shampoo with citric extract. I also love Dove Dry Shampoo. This one's a little bit more expensive, but these are both great. I've tried basically every single one they have and they're all amazing. But it does have a little bit of a white cast. That's why I prefer this one. And this one doesn't have texture and this one does. Anyway, I've gone too much into that. So you're gonna need to work up to it. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, but you can do it. I believe in you. Number 2, using a silk pillowcase. So using a silk pillowcase is awesome because it actually prevents frizz and makes your hair softer and shinier. Not only that, it prevents breakage, which makes it so your hair can grow because it's not coming off. So just switching that out, using a silk pillowcase at night when you sleep, you can just tuck it away if you don't like the look of it, is a great thing. Giving yourself a little head massage like every day or every couple days for like 5 minutes. When I was growing out my hair, I don't really do it anymore, although that feels amazing. Oh my goodness, I haven't done this in forever. I need to do this more. Oh, sorry. It circulates your blood flow in your scalp, which makes your hair grow. And if you do it consistently, you can see a difference. But you have to do it consistently. Number 4, using a hair mask. I talked about this in the other video, but I really want to emphasize this. This is something super important. And recently I have discovered my love of natural hair masks. So one of the benefits of being a YouTuber is companies with like more high-end products will ask you if you want them to send you their stuff so you can try it out. And so when I was approached by the company Grandma Told Me, I did like this happy dance after I saw the ingredients that they have in their natural hair mask. And like, I just want to say, I want to state this. I told them, I was like, I would love to try it out because it sounds amazing, but if I don't like it, I'm gonna be honest, because that is something that I really believe in, especially on YouTube for like product reviews or just in general, but especially when it comes to reviews. And they're like, that's cool, that's fine. And so they sent it to me. They're not paying me to say anything about it. They're just really nice and asked if I wanted to try it out. And I totally love it. It just has 5 ingredients, and one of them that like really stood out to me was, well, actually 2 of them, was peppermint, which, fun fact, peppermint also stimulates blood circulation, and so when you put it on your scalp, that can help hair growth too. And it also has a stinging nettle, which it strengthens and is an anti-inflammatory. So not only are you getting blood flow so your hair can grow faster, but it also helps your hair be stronger. And it's awesome. Like, I love this. This is like one of my new favorite hair masks now. But like I said, it's a more high-end company. So if you're interested in a more natural hair mask, but you either have never tried a hair mask and don't want to spend a ton of money, or it's just not in your budget realistically right now, which I totally get, Garnier has an awesome natural hair mask line that is vegan and it doesn't have any silicones, parabens, or artificial stuff, you know what I mean? This one is the only bottle that I have left from when I tried them, and it wasn't my favorite. My favorite was like the one with the orange lid. I think it's mango. But if you can't if this isn't in your budget quite yet, this is a great alternative. I like this better because it is just 5 ingredients, where this has a lot more, but it's still good, especially for a drugstore mask. So just pick whichever one's best for you. Tip number 5 is use heat protectant, not only when you're using heat, but when you're going outside, especially for a long time. So if you're gonna go like ski and you have like, you're putting your hair into like cute braids, or if you're going to the beach or going on a hike or something that you would put on sunscreen, you should be putting on heat protectant, because your hair is still there and it still is getting like sun, and so why not like put sunscreen on your hair to help protect it so it doesn't get heat damage, because the sun can damage your hair. Not as bad as like putting heat directly on your hair, but it's still there. And if you go outside a lot, if you're outside for hours at a time, this would be a good thing to look into, and you can get heat protectant for pretty cheap at Walmart. Now this next product tip number 6, is how I get thicker hair, and I didn't honestly think that was possible until I started using this. This is just it isn't by Pantene. This is like a DIY. I just use a spray bottle because I really like the mister. It's nice and fine. So if you're looking for a good spray bottle, Pantene's detangler is amazing. But that's just a side note. I've always had these really intense like little triangle hairline. I don't know what it's called, on either side of my temple for like as long as I can remember, and it's just something that I've just lived with because I didn't think I had an option, and now they're starting to go away. It's really easy. All I do is I take equal parts of castor oil and olive oil, and I put about a tablespoon of each in this size of a bottle. This is 8.5 ounces. And then I'll fill the rest of it up with, well, not quite the rest. I'll fill it up with water until it can spray easily through the fine mist. And then every night before I go to bed, I just kind of pull my hair back. Well, my hair's already in a bun. I'll just spray it where I want my hair to get thicker. So right here on the side of my head too, I've always had thinner hair. Just hair hasn't grown as much there. And I've noticed I don't have as much like gaps and lines when I pull my hair up into a ponytail. You can put this all over your head if you want to. If you're like looking to get your hair like just thicker everywhere, every time, like either the night before, or at least maybe an hour before you shower, you could like lift up your hair in layers and spray it in like thin layers. You want to do thinner layers, and let it sit either overnight or an hour, and then wash it out. Since I only do it like right around the hairline and the mist is so fine, my hair doesn't get oily. Like I said, I only wash my hair once or twice a week, and I don't ever see a difference oil wise, but hair growth wise, it is amazing, and it will help your hair grow longer just in general, but also thicker and stronger. These two together are like the best team ever. Number 7, cut back on heat if you're using heat a lot. Figure out as many ways as possible for you to cut back on heat. In fact, I wasn't using any heat until recently, and then I am allowing myself to use heat twice a week. So I'm like really strategic about how I use heat and when I use it and how often. A couple of products that I like to use to help is I use the Garnier Fructis Smooth Air Dry Anti-Frizz Cream, so I don't have to blow dry my hair, and I put it together with this. This is the L'Oreal Air Dry It Ruffled Body Mousse, and using these together basically is like using a blow dryer, except you have to wait for your hair to dry. But it does the same effect to me. In fact, I like it a little bit better. So I just put this in my hair right after I brush my hair, or right after I get out of the shower. If your hair isn't soaking wet, it makes your hair kind of like greasy. And then this is actually for curly hair. I don't use it for curly hair. I'll like put a big dollop in my hand, flip my head over, scrunch it all through my roots, and then I wear my part on the opposite side to kind of help the top get extra volume, and then I let my hair dry, flip it over. Hold on, that like messed up my part. And I've got this. And I have really fine flat hair, so this is a lot of volume for me. If you have a little bit of like more voluminous hair, you'll probably even get more. And then for curling my hair, since I only allow myself heat 2 times a week, sometimes 3 on really special occasions, I use these curlers. These curlers are amazing, and if I have to get up early in the morning, even though I'm allowing myself to use heat, I will use these instead, so I don't have to spend time curling my hair if I want my hair curled that day. I understand sometimes it's really hard to adjust and help your hair figure out how to look cute without heat. It takes some time, but you can do it, especially if you don't do a cold turkey. You'll figure it out. It'll be great. Let me know if you want me to do some no heat hair tutorials, because I totally can. Not only cut back on heat, but understand how to use heat for your hair type. So I didn't understand before I started growing out my hair, when I was I in middle school? I would have been in middle school, I think. That depending on your hair type, you need different temperatures of heat. There's a hair. There we go. I just assumed the hotter, the better when it came to getting like your curls to stay in or your hair to stay straight, and that's not the case. So I'm going to link a video on how to do the math of how hot your heat tool should be for your hair type. It's amazing, and it's the video that convinced me to start using heat again. So you should go check it out. Number 8, replace your ponytails as often as you can with either scrunchies, this is like my 4th of July scrunchie, or with those ponytails that look like old-fashioned telephone cords. I use those mostly around the house when I just need my hair out of my way, because they don't hold my hair very well, but they prevent breakage, and it's really easy to get breakage when you're putting your hair into a ponytail super often, because the ponytail rubs against the same hair every day, or however often you put your hair in a ponytail. And so either having like that fabric be in between the ponytail and your hair, or the special design of the other one that makes the hair not break as much. A couple of extra bonus tips, because I want to throw these in, is you can cut your own dead ends off at home, which can make it so you don't have to go to the salon to get your hair trimmed as often, because you do still need to get your hair trimmed. Your dead ends will just keep breaking off, which makes it seem like your hair's not growing, but when in reality it is. It's just not healthy enough to get longer. And I will link a video on how to efficiently cut off your dead ends without accidentally cutting off half your hair. It's an amazing video, and I love Kaylee Melissa. She's the one that did the video. Make sure you're using a good quality brush when you brush your hair. I love my wet brush. It's very dirty, and so I don't want to show you. But you don't have to get a wet brush. But when you are looking for a brush, make sure the bristles are like super duper duper flexible. Like, they should be like, just like, it should take 0 effort for the bristle to bend down like all the way. More and more brands are coming out with these kind of brushes, so if you don't want to get a wet brush, there are other brands too. But just make sure you have a good quality brush. I really love my wet brush though. And then last little extra tip is, when you're brushing your hair, make sure you start at the bottom and work your way up, because if you start at the top, you're bringing all of those tangles down to your little ends that already struggle, because that's the part of the hair that breaks the most. And so you're just kind of making it worse when you're bringing everything all down there. And it also makes it less painful if you have a lot of tangles to start at the bottom, because you're just brushing through a lot of little tangles instead of a lot of big tangles way at the ends. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Comment down below on which tip you want to try or you thought was the most helpful. I want to know. Also, don't forget, I'm going to be linking everything I talked about in the description box that I can. I do get a small percentage of the profits if you use the link to buy my product on some of the links, just to let you know. If you want to check out my other hair growth video, you can click right here. Or if you want to check out my last video, you can click right here. And if you want to subscribe, you can click right here. I love you guys so much, and don't ever forget that you are enough. Bye!